is a profoundly unpleasant sight to behold. Its usefulness is negligible to human existence, leading to outcomes that are always distasteful and utterly undesirable. Yet some argue that without war there is no other way to determine our superiority over one another. Many years after the cataclysm, there the remnant of the earth is radioactive wasteland, with the green area consisting only women being one of the last areas with clean water and food. Two little girls, namely Furiosa and Valkyrie, are picking peaches while Furiosa sees some horde of raiders from the treetop. She quietly approaches their bikes to drain out their fuel, but the raiders capture her. As she is being taken away, Furiosa blows a whistle. This alerts Mary, her mother, and the entire inhabitants of the green area. Furiosa mother chases the raiders to the horde's camp, killing all but one, who takes Furiosa as a prize for Dementors, their leader. But before getting to Demetia, Furiosa inflicts a deep cut the last raider, hindering him from revealing the location of the green area. Demeters takes Furiosa to a place where she would be cared, hoping when he acts nice to the little girl, she would reveal the green area to him. Later that day, Mary sneaks into the camp and rescues Furiosa, but she spares the life of a woman who is caring for Furiosa. But the woman quickly informs Dementors, who embarks on a pursuit to track the escapees down. Noticing that they have been ambushed, Mary stays behind some rocks and shoots back at her assailants to buy time for Furiosa's escape, whom she gives a pitch pit as a keepsake. Mary is later subdued and taken back to Horde's camp. However, Furiosa refuses to leave her mother behind, so she returns. Mary is nailed to a stake and Dementors forces her daughter, Furiosa, to watch her mother's crucifixion. Haunted by his own family's death, Dementors adopts an unwilling Furiosa as his daughter, hoping she will lead him to the area. Dementors attempts to invade the Citadel but retreats after the firepower of the war boys, who serve as lawyer Immortal Joe's army, repel him and his horde of riders. Dementors and his lieutenants adopt another strategy that allow them to occupy Gastown and enter Immortal Joe's chamber. After Dementors engage in peace negotiation with Immortal Joe, the warlord agrees to Dementors' terms and control over Gastown. Hence, he increases its food and water supplies in exchange for the horde's physician and Furiosa, who Dementors initially lies she is his daughter until Furiosa exposes the lie to Immortal. By now Furiosa has green place tattooed on her arm. Joe then imprisons Furiosa with his wives in a vault. When Joe's son, Rictus, shows interest in her, Furiosa devises an escape plan. One night, Rictus attempts to rape her, but she escapes using a wig made from her own hair and disappears. Furiosa disguised as a mute teenage boy, which allows her to work her way up the ranks of Joe's men for over a decade. She helps build the war rig, a heavily armed supply tanker designed to withstand raider attacks in the lawless wasteland. She plans to escape by hiding on the rig when Joe sends his top driver, Praetorian Jack, on a supply run. Disillusioned by Dementors' callousness, his lieutenant, the Octobus, goes rogue and launches an assault on the rig. His modifiers slaughter the rig's entire war boy and destroy Furiosa's hidden motorcycle, but Furiosa and Jack team up to defeat them. Furiosa tries to carjack the rig and drive home, but Jack pushes her down and drives away, causing leg injury to Furiosa. However, Jack recognizes Furiosa's potential and offers to train her to escape if she helps him rebuild his crew. Furiosa becomes Jack's second in command and is promoted to Praetorian. Both become close allies and resolve to escape together. They see an opportunity when Joe decides to attack Gastown, which Dementors has mismanaged to near ruin. Joe orders Furiosa and Jack to collect weapons and ammunition from the bullet farm at a mining facility. However, Dementors attacks them when they arrive. Furiosa and Jack narrowly escape, and Furiosa's left arm is badly wounded, which causes their runaway vehicle to tumble when Dementors chases them down. Both are captured and Jack is tortured to death. While Dementors and his hordes celebrate their capture, causing a heavy storm of dust in the air, Furiosa severs her own injured arm and escapes. A lone man watches from afar as Furiosa struggles back to the Citadel. She wakes and finds herself in an unkept mortuary with her severed arm covered with maggots. Furiosa and Immortal Joe's aid, the People Eater, form a strategy to avoid a trap planned by Dementors. Instead, Dementors himself is lured into a trap at the Citadel, and the war boys crush the horde in a 40-day war. Having lost her path home, Furiosa shaves her head again, replaces her arm with a mechanical prosthetic, and pursues the fleeing Dementors. After an extended chase, Furiosa subdues Dementors in the desert. She imprisons Dementors at the Citadel and uses his living body as fertilizer to grow a peach tree from her mother's seed. Immortal Joe promotes Furiosa to Imperator and gives her command of a new war rig. She meets Joe's 5 breeder wives in the vault where Joe once held her prisoner. The night before another supply run, the 5 wives hide in Furiosa's rig. This is where the movie ends.